for the moment you've been waiting for. Update video. Come on, you're supposed to come in like with the harmony. What the hell? Anyways, you guys, so we're just gonna get started. A lot has been going on. It's been hectic. So sorry that it's been literally 3 weeks since we said we're gonna make an update video. Yeah. But at the end of this video, you'll understand why it's taking us so long to sit down here. As you guys can see, we're in a new location. We got some things going on, and we have some vlogs coming up, so you guys will get all caught up. But it's been a couple of crazy months.
For real.
For sure, since the end of November. So you guys know, if you don't know, I will have the video up there. We were planning to move out of state, and if you click that video, then you'll find out all the reasons why we were gonna move. We have that all detailed out in that video.
So we were supposed to move out of state. So
yeah.
What happened first, babe?
Well, we basically had our plans set. We were gonna get the U-Haul, we were gonna go. I was gonna stay for a few months, and then Richard was gonna come later. What happened was Richard ended up talking to his boss probably about 2 or 3 weeks after we made that video. And his boss was basically like, I don't want you to leave. I need you here in the office. It's a family run business. So he didn't want Richard to leave. And
yeah, I was there for about 5 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, he definitely didn't want me to leave. And when I told them that I had to go, they basically, you know, asked me, what do I have to do to keep you guys here, keep you here?
Yeah.
So that's basically what happened.
They came to an agreement about what we would need to stay. And even though we were already on the fence about leaving, you guys already know that. We didn't really want to go, but we couldn't afford to stay here. So that was all we needed for us to start literally looking into staying here. So after that, we literally, well, me mainly, I was on TruliaApartments.com. I was researching everywhere, trying to find places within our budget, which is a lot harder than you think it would be. But we live in Jersey, so everything is super expensive. Finding a 2-bedroom wasn't as easy as we thought. A lot of the apartments that we ended up looking at, we didn't qualify for because even with his raise, we wouldn't make enough yearly. So we looked at probably like 2 of those, and then we were like, wow, a lot of the nicer ones with the 2 bedrooms in the areas that we want, the budget, we can't afford it. And it was also hard too because we need to find something within walking distance to a school. So even when we did find apartments, the school was like a freaking 30-minute walk. And I have chronic pain. I can't walk that back and forth 4 freaking times a day. So that was another struggle trying to do that. So we ended up looking at like 3 apartments, and then I started looking at houses for rent. So we ended up seeing what, like,
yeah, we saw maybe like 10 different places. Altogether,
yeah. But like houses, we saw probably like 6 maybe. We saw 1, and I wish we would have vlogged all these things, but it was just so hectic and stressful that I was like in a panic almost because everything was in a rush. Houses, some of them, they were janky and freaking crusty, or they were nice, but it was too far from school, or they were nice, but it didn't have enough storage. Like, tiny little houses for like $1,500–1,600.
The first house that we saw was actually really nice.
It was really cute. It had a backyard and everything.
It was like the whole house is for rent.
Yeah.
But the upstairs, like the rooms upstairs were small. And
literally the closets were like, it looked like a troll closet. It wasn't even like a full closet. So we ended up looking at that. We found a house that we really freaking love for rent. And we applied, we went through the whole process, and somebody else got it. And that was like soul crushing, because if you guys would have seen that freaking apartment, you would understand why we fell in love with it. It was a beautiful apartment. Anyways, we didn't get that. We saw another apartment through a realtor. All of these were through a realtor. Like, you go online, you call them, you go show it, and then you have to pay the realtor, which is annoying because a lot of the times they would just literally open the door for us, and then that's it. And we would have had to pay them a full first month's rent, which is ridiculous. So I ended up going to this apartment. It looked nice. I just wanted to see the area, but the area was horrible.
Right.
It's like really
It was
ghetto.
right next to my job, actually.
Yeah, but it looked really bad. I was like, yeah, if you take this apartment and you move it somewhere else, it's like gentrification OD, because the price of the rent was ridiculous. It's still actually on the market, all those apartments, and the price keeps dropping. Because who wants a nice ass apartment, new, fresh? It looks so pretty. But you look out the window and it's like, where are we at? It looked like a simulation or something.
You had to pay for everything.
Yeah.
So nothing came included. No hot water,
no
cold
water. Nothing. We had to pay extra. And it was already, I think, $17.50. Yeah. The realtor was really trying to sell it, but we were like, no, this is not a good school district. I don't want my son to be in the school. But we ended up working with that realtor because we liked him. He was like, listen, like, I'll meet you back at my office right now if you come meet me, and we can talk and we can see if there's anything that I can do for you, basically. Because he knew after talking that we needed to be out at that point. I think it was like a week or something like that. We had to be out of our apartment. So we go back to his office and he ends up that day showing us like 3 apartments. It's hard to remember because this was literally like 2 months ago. But he showed us like 3 apartments or houses. One of them was okay, and then the other 2 we were like, no. So we were like, listen, if you find anything else, let us know. So we ended up keeping in contact with him, and he showed us 2 more places on another day. One of them was janky, and the other one was where we're at right now. So you guys get the gist of the story. We really liked it.
The apartment is pretty nice.
It was the best thing that we saw, and we liked it better than the apartment we were living at that time before in the other town. Yeah. So yeah, the closets were big, the bedrooms are good size. Dion gets his own room. The kitchen, even though it's small, it's more like what is the word? It's more functional. It's more functional than our old kitchen was, so it worked out good. It had more drawers and everything. Living room's kind of small, but we would have space to put a couch and, you know, basic things that we need. So we were like, you know what? Yeah, we looked at each other. We were like, we like this one. Let's go for it. Yeah. And we ended up applying, and we got it.
Yeah. So the logistics, I don't know. Yeah. But the way that we worked this out was the apartment wasn't going to be ready for when we wanted it to.
There was a lot of extra behind the scenes stuff that was like, everything was going wrong basically.
Basically, the landlord was trying to fix stuff, and
yeah, because when we saw the apartment, like, the person that lived there did not take care of the apartment at all. It looked horrible. The bathroom was so dirty. Everything was dirty. Everything needed to be clean. And it turns out that that person that lived here was being evicted. So I don't know if, like, they got irritated and just, like, fucked everything up, because that's kind of what it looked like. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm gonna piss on the walls. That's what it literally looked like. It was horrible. So the landlord had to clean things, and, you know, they had to refinish the floors and fix certain things and all of this stuff. We, on November 30th, we were like, okay, maybe the landlord that we're at the current place that we were living at, maybe they'll let us stay for like a week, because they were like, oh, it'll be done by December 10th, the apartment. So we were like, maybe they'll let us stay. So I called the freaking landlord of our old place, and she was like, well, you can't stay. Yeah, it's already being rented. And this was like the day before we were supposed to move. No, like 2 days before we were supposed to move. Yeah. And I was like, fuck. We need to start packing. Yeah. Literally in a freaking frenzy, I start packing shit, packing stuff. And it's like so crazy, like the amount of stress that we was under at that time. Richard had to work that day, so I was packing all my, and then he came home and we were packing, and then the next day we had to move, and we had to find a U-Haul, and we were like struggling to do all of this stuff in the last minute, hoping, you know, praying that we would be able to stay, because our apartment's not going to be ready. So what are we going to do? Where are we going to go?
And literally the 2 days before when we found out we couldn't stay there, your grandmother reached out.
Yeah, I was talking to her, and she was basically like,
you don't have to go all the way to Massachusetts,
because that's what I was gonna have to do. I was gonna have to drive all the way with my son to my mom's house to go stay there until the apartment was ready. And she was like, listen, I know that you have body problems. I don't think that you need to drive all the way over there. Just stay with me if you need to. So I ended up using that offer because it would have been a lot, and it ended up being such a blessing because we had to sign the papers and we had to keep going back and forth to the realtor's office. If I was all the way over there, things would have been even more hectic. So I'm so grateful to my grandmother. I don't know if you're watching this, Grammy, but I love you. Thank you. I'm going to insert some clips here of when we were staying with me and Dion were staying with my grandmother.
Right.
Richard was with his
parents. I came there to visit.
Yeah, he came there to visit. So I'll put some clips, a really cute clip of Grammy and Dion playing tic-tac-toe because that makes my heart happy. Grammy has like a special place in my heart, and it's just such a cute video.
You lost too. You lost too. What you mean I lost? See what you get when you try to cheat? That's Grammy. Don't be filling in nothing now. So what?
I got an
Boo, I'm not playing with him, so he cheats. And I don't want you to get up there and help people you learn how to play for me because you cheat, then they're going to think I taught you to cheat.
But there's some more.
You done went up and made all these. He made all these extra pages.
Yeah, I think he was just doing it.
I did it. Some more.
I see that. And be fair. No cheating.
Okay.
How come they got so many boxes? I want to stick with them. You're going to do X, I'm going to always do 7. That way I can see you. I don't trust you.
Oh, I get X and you get 7.
I'm
I mean,
mistaken.
I can X you.
I'm going to always keep 7. I told you that's Remy's favorite number. Ain't no, what you marking that for? That's my game. I'm going to hurt his feelings. You're going to make mommy feel bad because you cheating. Your own Grammy. Your own grandmother. You should be shaming yourself.
I want cinnamon bun.
No, that's not nice.
I want cinnamon bun.
Huh?
I want cinnamon bun.
You want a cinnamon bun? No, you cheat. Yeah. You my great grandson and you cheat. And you shouldn't cheat your grandma.
I'm not cheating.
I'm not
I
gonna
am
give you
cheating.
no apple pie, no blueberry pie.
They're playing.
Huh? Oh, you doing a selfie?
No, I'm vlogging. They're playing tic-tac-toe while I make dinner on Sunday night. There's been a lot going on, and I'm pretty sure this was a flashback clip. So let's go back to the present.
So we literally had to she found some place to stay for 10 days. It was supposed to be 10 days.
Supposed to be December 10th. Keep that in mind.
Right. So the 30th, or I can't remember, like the 29th or 31st of November, sorry. We had to scramble, get a U-Haul. She had to find a place to be. I knew where I was gonna stay, but we didn't really know what was going on. So
we were gonna have to be separated, which was annoying and so irritating. We're not gonna get into that, but let's just say Dion was driving me freaking crazy. He was being insane. I literally called Richard almost in tears because I was like, he's acting like he was on the, like literally, he's on his worst behavior, like Drake voice. He was on his worst behavior.
So that weekend, we moved everything out, and thanks to G and Felicia, if y'all are watching this, thank you. They were watching Dion while we were moving everything. And
his friend Kendall came through, and they had to literally take stuff from our apartment, put it into storage, which is annoying because then when we moved in here, they had to take stuff out of storage and bring it to the apartment. So it's like double the work.
Not even that. When we were moving stuff, since we only booked the appointment, the U-Haul 2 days in advance, they gave us a smaller U-Haul.
Yeah.
So we had to make like 3 or 4 trips.
Yeah, back and forth.
Back and forth, and it took us maybe like 5 hours.
And that was just him and his friend Kendall doing it because I was at the house cleaning things and packaging things. Still, we were not done packing. So, anyways, long story short, we ended up doing that. I stay with my grandmother. He stays with his mom, his parents, and we're apart for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Right. 2 weeks is supposed to be how long we're supposed to be there.
Right.
Well, it was actually like a week and a half because we got there December 1st, I guess, December 2nd or something like that. And then we were supposed to stay there until the 10th. Now, what ended up happening was not that. They ended up calling us probably like 2 days before that Saturday that we're supposed to move. And they were like, it's not ready. The apartment is not ready. Bro.
In
Do
the
you know
middle
how
of this
irritated I
time,
was?
in the midst of all of this, my job's giving me, you know, what I need to, what we need to move.
Right.
And it's also going slowly.
It's like snail mail or some shit. Like everything is just taking forever. And especially us being apart, it's even worse. Like we're far apart. Everybody's dragging their freaking feet. We understand the reasoning, obviously, but it was just annoying.
Right.
I'm ordering freaking presents to Rich's parents' house because Christmas is like any day. Anyway, so another week goes by. And then like 2 days before that Saturday, again, we get a call from the realtor and he's like, no, actually we go to the office because we're supposed to be signing leases and seeing the apartment. We go see the apartment. We go back to the realtor's office and he's like, they have to refinish the tub. And we're like, bruh, the fuck? Christmas is in 2 days and we're still not in our apartment. It was the worst. And so they're scrambling. The realtor, it's not his fault, obviously. It's the freaking landlord's fault because she's like not doing what she's supposed to be doing. So he calls the guy that's supposed to refinish the tub because he's a friend of his, and they ended up moving things around so that he could do it that night so we can move in when we're supposed to.
Weekend
before Christmas. On Saturday, that Saturday before Christmas, that's when we got to move into this apartment. Now that's already hectic enough. Now we're scrambling to put the Christmas tree up and try to make it normal because we have a 5-year-old son. We like, what are we gonna do? We have to do what we have to do to make sure that he's gonna have a good time. We gotta be good parents. Right. Scrambling to put up the Christmas tree, freaking wrapping like all his presents in one freaking night. Man, I tell you. So stressful. I'm glad that we're talking about it now so we can look back on this and be like, geesh. Right. It was just a lot. At every stop, it was like something was going wrong. But we just tried to take it day by day because it was such a last minute ass plan. You guys know that we were set on moving. Right. We didn't think that was an option because Richard's boss has already given him a few raises because we've been in the talks to move, but this is the first time that we were dead serious. Like we were really going to move, not like, oh, we might move maybe. No, we're gonna move this date we're getting our U-Haul together. So we didn't think that was gonna happen. So long story short, we got our new apartment and we're living here, and we've been here almost a month. It hasn't been a full month. I think we moved in here like the 22nd or something like that. What day was that?
It's been a couple weeks.
Let me see. The 22nd.
3 weeks.
We moved in on December 22nd. So it's almost been a month. So about 3 weeks we've been living here, getting settled.
And to be honest, y'all, we just got settled.
Yeah.
Like last weekend, we did, because we did laundry.
Oh gosh, you guys.
We did laundry.
You guys are gonna see the
probably the weekend before we had to move, before we knew everything was done. So literally, the week that we had to move and every week since then, we've been stacking up laundry because we weren't able to do it.
That was what, like, we moved out December, so we just now did laundry.
Yeah.
So it was hectic. Everything was crazy. But having to buy furniture and put things together and do all of this stuff. So, long story short, that's the end of our long mess.
Yeah.
Freaking drastic ass change of plans. Like huge change of plans. We didn't plan any of this stuff. So it was stressful, but we're done with that nonsense. And now we're getting our shit together.
Slowly. You
guys will see in upcoming videos because I've been vlogging. I didn't vlog any of the process of moving, but ever since we moved in here, I've been vlogging. So there's a lot of vlogs coming your way. Trust me, I'm already editing them. Before this video came out, I've been editing them. So keep your eyes out, subscribe.
I think that's about it, right?
I think so. Finally, we're doing this update. Sorry it took so long, but you guys understand now. Hopefully you understand what the heck has been going on. A lot more content coming your way. We gonna stop talking and we gonna let y'all go.
Why are you picking your nose?
Stop! So if you didn't see our other videos, I always have a playlist down below. You guys can literally watch all of our vlogs from the very beginning up until now. And if you ain't done that yet, get your life together.
Go do it. Binge watch us.
Word, it literally says that in the description. We love you guys. Thanks for supporting us all the time. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. We said that already, but happy freaking New Year. Happy 2019. I wish blessings and all of that to y'all.
Yeah, forgive us. We've been slacking, but you know
We're
why
back
now.
on our grind, on our shit, so. I don't know what to say, though. It's been so long since I said it right here.
So, go like the video. Peace.